Fans, this is Brady Laber from the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. You're looking at one of the heroes here tonight for the Lima Locos in an 8-2 victory over their rival, the Grand Lake Mariners. This is Carter Doorn. Carter, you had a great night on the mound here today. You went 6 innings, struck out, tied for a league high, 11 punch outs on the night, and that was after an hour and 6-minute rain delay before we even got started. Talk about, I know pitchers are all about creatures of habit and routine. Obviously that was thrown off today, but it didn't affect you here today. Just talk about, leading up to the game and how all that happened.
Yeah, so today obviously, it was a nice day all morning and all early afternoon. And I was in the locker room for a little bit tonight, and I walked out and it was all dark and gloomy, and I was like, well, where did this come from? And I didn't look at the forecast today, so it was kind of a surprise. So I ended up figuring out that we were going to have a little bit of delay, and I talked to Coach Fruit. I was like, hey, I need about 45 minutes to get ready, and I would appreciate if you just give me somewhat of a heads up for that window. He said, yeah, absolutely. So, sure enough, he said, hey, we're about 20 minutes out from pulling tarp, and then that's when I started getting ready. The biggest thing for me is, obviously when it rains and stuff like that, schedule and time is up in the air a lot. So just having a rough estimate for me was a big thing, and I was fortunate enough to have that today. So.
And of course, once you got out there, man, you start dealing. In fact, you held them hitless for into the 5th inning, I believe it was, and the first hit was weak contact, and then of course they got a hard hit ball to score a run. Just talk about that, man. You were keeping them off balance there, at least in the early going. What was working for you?
No, the biggest thing today is it's awesome as a pitcher to keep hitters off balance, but I think the biggest thing to that is when you're throwing multiple pitches over the plate for a strike. Tonight I had 4 or 5 pitches over the plate in the zone. And when you have that working for you, it's easy to keep hitters off balance. It's easy to keep hitters guessing. So, it was one of those nights as a pitcher where, everything's working. And, those are the most fun nights because not every outing you have everything working for you. So, it was a big part of it. Going back to the part where you said weak contact for the first hit, that's baseball. Balls are going to find places where people aren't. Balls are going to take hops where people aren't. And you can't get frustrated at that. Even though it was the first hit I allowed in the night, it's baseball, and I think if you get frustrated at baseball, the game's going to bite you back. So things like that happen. So as a pitcher, you can't be frustrated. You got to move on to the next hitter. Keep attacking, keep staying in the same rhythm that I've been in all games. So.
You didn't get a whole lot of action this spring at Purdue, of course, as a younger guy. That it's kind of to be expected, but you're getting a lot of work here in the summer for a team that is traditionally in the playoff hunt, and they're in the business of winning championships. Talk about your time here in Lima and how much you've liked it so far.
No, absolutely. Going first off of not having much experience in the college season, I only threw like 3.2 innings or something like that. So the biggest thing for me during that season was developing. The biggest thing for me is learning to throw a sinker, so being able to throw a straight fastball and being able to throw one that sinks in counts that it calls for. So working on that all college year and coming here and seeing the work pay off in the games. The biggest thing is development, and coming here, building that confidence up, knowing that I'm able to do the things I've known I've been able to do, and it's really good to see all that paying off this summer.
Well, let me get you out on this one. You're leading the league in earned run average, which earned you a spot in the All-Star game. You got to throw an inning in front of Major League scouts. Talk about showcasing your skills, and what was that all about, man? Because that had to be a different animal for you there.
No, it's always a blessing when you get a throw in front of big-time scouts and stuff like that. So, as a pitcher and opportunities like that don't come every day, so the biggest thing is taking advantage of the opportunities that you have at hand. That was a big part, not leaving anything on the table. As a baseball player, and even in life, not leaving anything on the table and taking every opportunity you can. Sometimes things aren't always going to go how you want them to, but it's trusting the process, staying at it. Every opportunity you have, you got to take full advantage of it. I was very fortunate to throw well at the All-Star game in the inning I had. I was even more fortunate to be there in the first place.
Carter Doorn, Lima Locos got the win tonight, and I'm sure we'll see you down the line. Congratulations, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.